I stood there, in the heart of what was once a barren wasteland, now a thriving oasis of green. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the fields that were once devoid of life. This was my masterpiece, my triumph, and the culmination of a journey that had begun in the ashes of betrayal and ridicule. I had returned home, not just to prove a point, but to heal old wounds and to show my family the power of belief and perseverance. The day I was fired from my tech job, it felt like the world had ended. I had blown the whistle on dangerous environmental practices, and in return, I was publicly humiliated and dismissed. My family, who had always been skeptical of my career choices, saw this as a validation of their doubts. "You should have listened to us," my father had said, his voice dripping with disappointment. This soil science nonsense was always a waste of time. But I didn't listen. I couldn't. Because I knew, deep down, that the soil held the key to healing our planet. So I left behind the comfort of my old life and dove headfirst into the world of soil science. It was a lonely journey at first. My peers mocked me, calling it a dusty and irrelevant field. But I was driven by an unyielding resolve to prove them wrong. Years passed in a blur of research, experimentation, and countless failures. But with each setback, I grew stronger. I developed a revolutionary method to restore degraded lands, harnessing the power of soil health to combat climate change. It was a grueling process, but every moment of struggle was worth it when I saw the first signs of life sprouting from the once barren earth. And now, here I was, standing in the midst of my triumph. The fields around me were a testament to my hard work and dedication. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the hum of bees and birds was a symphony of life. This was my redemption, my proof that I was more than just an embarrassment to my family. I had invited them here, to this place of transformation, to witness firsthand the power of belief and perseverance. As they stepped out of their car, their eyes widened in disbelief. The barren wasteland they had known was now a lush, thriving ecosystem. I could see the shock and awe on their faces, and it was a sight I would never forget. My mother, who had always been the most vocal in her criticism, stood there with tears in her eyes. Is this your doing?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. I nodded, a sense of pride and accomplishment swelling within me. "Yes, Mom, this is what I've been working on. This is the power of soil health." My father, who had always been the stern and unyielding figure in my life, looked around in disbelief. "But how? This was nothing but a wasteland." I smiled, knowing that this moment was the culmination of years of struggle and perseverance. "It was, Dad, but with the right knowledge and dedication, anything is possible." As we walked through the fields, I could see the transformation in their eyes. The skepticism and doubt were replaced with a sense of wonder and respect. They saw the beauty and the power of what I had created, and it was a sight that filled me with a deep sense of satisfaction. But this wasn't just about proving them wrong. It was about healing old wounds and showing them the power of belief. I wanted them to see that even in the face of ridicule and doubt, one could achieve greatness. I wanted them to understand that their words and actions had the power to shape lives, for better or for worse. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the fields, I turned to my family. "I know I was an embarrassment to you," I said, my voice steady and calm. "I know you doubted me and mocked my dreams, but look around you. This is what I've achieved. This is the power of belief and perseverance." My mother reached out and took my hand, her eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, my dear. I never knew you had this in you." My father, who had always been the toughest to win over, nodded in agreement. "You've proven us wrong, and for that, I am proud of you." In that moment, I felt a sense of closure. The wounds of the past were healed, and the doubts and ridicule were replaced with respect and admiration. I had achieved what I set out to do, not just for myself, but for the planet and for those who had doubted me. As we stood there under the starlit sky, I knew that this was just the beginning. The journey had been long and arduous, but it had been worth every moment. I had proven that even in the face of betrayal and ridicule, one could rise above and achieve greatness. And in doing so, I had not only healed old wounds, but had also shown the world the power of belief and perseverance. The fields around me were a testament to my journey, a symbol of transformation and redemption. And as I looked at my family, I knew that I had achieved something far greater than just restoring degraded lands. I had restored faith, hope, and belief, and that in itself was the greatest triumph of all. As we left the fields, I knew that I had left a part of myself there, a part that would forever be a symbol of my journey, my struggles, and my triumphs. And as I looked back one last time, I knew that I had come full circle. From the ashes of betrayal and ridicule, I had risen to become a beacon of hope and inspiration, and that in itself was the most beautiful and fulfilling ending to my story.